Hey, my name is Venus Williams, and today we are going to be talking about my tennis tournaments and honestly, the things I learned from them. And also, you might see my mom's dog Darby too. I'm babysitting her today. There she is. She's got a lot to say too. My first tournament was when I was 14 years old. Wow, so it was like 30 years ago. And I actually got a wild card. So I had no ranking, got a wild card. I was this young kid from Compton, California, who was supposed to maybe be something. Nobody really knew. So of course, there was this whole experience of who is this girl? And my dad just created all this hype about how great I was going to be. But the cool part is that hype didn't exist at home. The hype at home was you can be anything you want to be. You can be great. If you do the work, believe in yourself, it can happen. So when I got to that first tournament, that's all I knew, that I could believe in myself and that maybe something could happen, and it did. One of my favorite quotes from Billie Jean King: pressure is a privilege. If you're under pressure, you're doing something right. So handling pressure also is a lot about preparation. You gotta prepare yourself. This is my preparation grounds, right? This gym right here. And it's all about preparing yourself for that moment. So that way when the pressure comes, you're ready. So that's what I did. Prepared myself on the court, off of the court. And off of the court wasn't just my iron paradise here, but it's also right here, how I was training myself and thinking myself. And also it's like, why not enjoy life? Why not enjoy this pressure? Why not enjoy this opportunity? And of course, you don't always see it that way. Sometimes it's just a lot, and sometimes the pressure starts to be too much, and then you make mistakes. Sometimes you lose matches, but it's just an opportunity to learn. So, how to handle pressure, preparation, and the mindset, how you look at pressure. It's just an opportunity. Tennis is such a thing where you just control your side of the net, so that's all I could do. And hopefully I could put my opponent in a position where I had kind of taken all the steam out of them. And kind of when you see that, that's the kind of time to press on the gas. Once you get to where you're going, you don't slow down, you speed up. So hopefully my opponents, when they thought of me, they thought, man, this is gonna be the match of my life and I can't possibly win. But that all is set up on the reputation that you make, not just the times that you win the match. For me, it was the times also that I even lost the match. That someone would have to walk to the ends of the earth just to even think about winning that match. And of course, you never wanna step out on the court with me again, because not only are you gonna have to play past your best, but I'm gonna actually have to play my worst and you still may not win. So at that point, yes, no, you don't want to see your name next to my name. My playing style was inspired by my dad, my parents. My dad was all about like controlling the point, turning defense into offense, and power and aggression. Of course, you have to have other things too, like you have to have consistency and not just power. And he taught us all of that, and he, in essence, changed the game. But also, it's also a lesson about life, right? You have to go for it. If you don't go for it, then you're going to be waiting on the sidelines. And that's one of the most powerful things I learned in sport, was that even if I had a powerful game and all this talent, that if I didn't actually use that and go for it, then I wasn't going to get the result. So to use your talent and skills in a way that equates to a win, that's how you add it all up. I'll bet you there's some people where the matchup was better because your game just didn't suit their game well, so it worked out better for you. And then there was others that I just, for whatever reason, they played well against me. And even with my sister, sometimes one player would play really well against me, but not her, and vice versa. And at the end of the day, I just couldn't get wrapped up in anyone else's life. I just had to do my life. And I just tunnel zone on that whenever I was on the court. So when you're in that zone, you don't even think about anybody else. Going into 2000 Wimbledon, I actually knew I was going to win, and I never felt that way about any other tournament, and I wish I could have, but that one I knew, simply because I felt like it was my turn. I had my tough lessons, and I was completely ready, and no one was going to do what it took to win more than me that year. And I wish I could replicate that exact feeling, but sometimes that's the feeling that you have, and I knew. So when I got to that final, I just didn't care how many matches I'd won or lost, and I'd lost, in fact, 9 matches against her and won 3. So the record was not showing that I was going to win, but I just didn't care about that because I knew I was going to win that match, and I had to win that match. That's another thing to get out there, and you get out there. I won the first set. 6-3 is a good scoreline, but the next set I was serving, I think, at 5-4 and lost serve. I thought, oh, I ruined it again, But thankfully, 1 point doesn't decide the match unless it's match point against you, then bad luck. But since it wasn't, I had another chance. And there's ups and downs in the match, but there was that belief that I was alone. So, yeah, I definitely played some tough opponents in my finals. Only the best of the best when I played my finals. So that was, it was always an intense match. And of course I was playing Lindsay again, who's one of the best players to ever play the sport, to be honest. And I remember that match, I got down 1-4 in the first set, and I felt so calm. And it felt like a chess match. In my head, I could see it all. And I thought to myself, oh, this is all I have to do. And I changed my strategy in that game, and I think I won that set maybe 6-4, so I didn't lose another game. It was just like, I don't know, it was the weirdest thing. And I have to say I never felt like that again either, but it was like I could see it in my head, I could be calm, and of course 4-1 in tennis is basically the set is over. But in life, it's never over. It was a beautiful feeling. The whole match just felt like a chess match until like the very end, and it was over. It was a tough match, 4-6 or 4-4. I don't remember what the score was, but what I do remember is that it's so rewarding to win these battles that are hard fought, and it makes you appreciative. It builds confidence, and it lets you know that you can always be up for a challenge.